money, okay, and they got to fight you for it, they're going to start going to somebody else that's weaker. And they also identify weakness by that same token. The enemy in Iraq was no different. So we always responded with violence. I mean, I hate to even say it that way, but that's just the truth. We responded, you shot at us, and we were not just going to return fire, but we were going to leave the road, chase you down, and either kill or capture you, because I didn't want to leave you for the next convoy to come up the road and be ambushed.
Right.
And so what had happened is that our vehicles were all painted the same way. And I noticed we're always getting attacked in these different places, And so we decided to paint what I thought were tiger stripes, okay, on our vehicle. But we only had certain color paint. We had black paint, and we had gray paint. Okay, so we painted this thing gray and black, and it definitely looked like a zebra. Okay, so it was a beautiful truck. But what was beautiful about it is that, the enemy knew when they saw it coming down the road. After a while, they recognized that vehicle, and you weren't always getting shot at like you were before. So we noticed a definite difference in the way the enemy responded to us, and they learned to respect us in a way because you're identified. So that Zebra gun truck, everybody knew it all over the Iraqi theater of operations. And we had some officers, and I was an officer at the time. We had some officers that didn't like it. They considered us to be elitist or whatever, but we never changed the pattern on that thing, and we rode for, several months, just several bullet holes in that vehicle. I mean, and everybody that rode on it was either wounded once, twice, or in some cases 3 times, So there was a whole crew of heroes that crewed that thing. And I think that's what's important about the Zebra gun truck. And, war is war. And there's a lot of things that are written about what I did, what our unit did over there. And they do a real good job at articulating that. There's a lot of videos even that show some of the combat footage and the action that we were involved in. But ultimately, it comes down to the individual that's in there with you. Are they going to run, or are they going to fight? And I was very blessed and fortunate to have a whole crew that decided that they would not run, that they would fight. And
why were they afraid of you, James? Why were they afraid of you? What did you do to them, James? Don't be shy.
We hammered them. I mean, we gunned them down. We chased them down. We shot them down. And if they had a weapon, they got shot. That was just the way that it was. And we had no mercy whatsoever when it came to warfare. And that's not bravado speaking here. That's just plain fact. We were in the middle of an ambush one time where we sat in the apex of this ambush so that we could get the rest of our convoy in the gate. It was an L-shaped ambush. And the apex is the center where the 2 L's come together. And if you get in that point, you can bust that ambush up really good. You're going to take all the heavy fire, but what you'll also do is you'll force the enemy in many cases to have to pick up and move and rotate, because you're right there in the middle of all that they're doing. And I can just tell you, I can remember being up on this, in this particular battle outside of Bayat, working the enemy with the 50 cal. I mean, just hammering. That thing is a beast. I don't know if you've ever fired a 50 caliber machine gun, but what we did was we double linked 100 round belts of ammunition, and I used a larger 20